Hi, I am Dr. Rao. I'll be demonstrating how to take insulin injections for our patients. Now, when we give insulin, you have to remember few things: site of injection, where to give the injection; storage, where to keep the insulin for storage; method of giving, the technique of giving an injection, and a simple insulin meal cap. Now, when we give insulin, first understand the structure of the place where we give. There is the skin, the upper layer, which is the skin. Below the skin, there is subcutaneous fat, and we give insulin in this subcutaneous fat. Insulin should go in this space, then it will work. And below the skin, there is muscle. So, insulin should be going in this middle layer. So, whenever you give insulin, make sure कि you hold fat, pinch fat, and give it straight. So for example, if this is the insulin, we hold fat like this, give it straight. It should not go at an angle. Try to go in straight. Very thin patients are there. That time we say, okay, you can make it 45 degrees angle, but I would prefer to give it straight. Even on the thighs, we hold the skin on the thighs and try to take it straight, not at an angle. This is the first basic rule. I always tell my patients to try to take it in between two hair follicles if you can, because then there is chance of less pain and less bleeding if you take it in between two hair follicles. So this is the basic first step to understand. Now, where to give insulin is in the abdomen. Leave 4 fingers from the umbilicus, leave 4 fingers, and you can take it in the side, this part of the abdomen. On the thighs, you can see here, in front and outside, not inside, front and outside. You leave 4 fingers from up and down and give it on the front or on the side, on the thighs. On the arm at the back, so I tell my patients not to take it themselves, somebody else can give it on the back of the arm. Many patients take it on the biceps here or on the forearm here, which is wrong. It might be, since there is hardly any fat tissue, the insulin may go directly in the muscle where insulin doesn't work for the duration that it should work. So these are the basic things about the injection sites. Now, next important thing is, if patient is taking daily at one place, local fat collection may happen, which is known as lipohypertrophy, and insulin doesn't go in. So I tell all my patients to rotate the injection site. For example, if the patient is taking on the abdomen, so today morning they have taken it here, afternoon dose they have taken 1 inch away from that place, then evening night dose, they similar, next day morning, afternoon, night, next day morning, afternoon, night, keep changing the injection site. Once you finish this area, come to this area. You finish this area, then come on the thighs. You imagine 4 lines. So you take today morning, afternoon, night, next day morning, afternoon, night. Similarly, you change this. Once you finish these 4 lines, come to this side. So keep changing the injection site so that it will prevent this lipohypertrophy. This, when if this is formed, insulin doesn't go in from this place, so sugars start rising. So changing the injection site is very important. Now, one more thing about basic about insulin meal gap. So this insulin, this is a newer insulin which is a rapid acting insulin. So when you take this insulin, you have to eat in 5 minutes. There are older insulins like human insulins, which after taking injection it takes time for it to enter this body from here, enter the circulation. So wait for at least 20 to 30 minutes after taking those insulin. So the doctor will guide patient what, depending on what insulin is going on. Storage of this insulin is away from sunlight, very important. And if this is kept in a fridge, it should be kept at the lower part of the fridge, not near the freezer or not in the freezer. If you keep it in the freezer, the insulin will be destroyed. So keep it away from the freezer at the lower part. Whenever you use the insulin, take the insulin, take it out, warm the insulin, keep it out for 10-15 minutes, warm it, and then take. Don't take cold insulin. This is one more thing to remember. You need to change the needle. Usually patients are able to take for 4 days 1 needle, because after that the needle sharpness goes and then it starts spinning. So I roughly tell 4 to 5 days, you can change every 4 to 5 days, change the needle. So this is regarding basics of the injection technique. Hi, I am Dr. C. Rao. I'll be demonstrating the use of glucometer for our patients. Now, if you see a typical packet has the most important, the instrument glucometer, then the strips containing box, and this is the pricker. Now this is the technology is such, the prick is absolutely painless, so no need to fear with while using the pricker. So when we are using for the first time, first get this ready. Now this is how we take it out. This is a new needle that we are putting in. Make sure it is fitting deeply, nicely, properly it should fit. Then unscrew, so the needle is inside now. Again keep the cap back. Now there is a depth adjustment, for example here. So this is the least depth that the injection this needle will go. If you go on increasing the depth, the needle will go more deeper in the tissue. So for in general, for women we start with 1 or 2, and for people when we find the skin is more thick, for example laborer patients, we go up to 5 depth. So we start with 2 for women. Now there is a technique of loading this is like loading a gun. So you have to, this click has to come, pull it outside, here the click and leave it. Now the spring is ready. Now when you prick, when you keep it near the finger and prick, it will take out the blood. Again load and then release. If I just press it like this, it will not release the needle. It has to be loaded and released. So this is now the pricker is ready. For if the patient is using this for herself, the needle can be used for 10-15 times easily. But if a new person is using, or the 2 other people are using, then change the needle. This is how we use the pricker. Now this is the glucometer strip. So remember, whenever you take out the glucometer strip, take it out and keep this, again close it immediately. Don't expose this, keep it open for long periods, otherwise these strips may become affected. Now how to use the glucometer? Now see, with this glucometer, there are many glucometers, but usually most of them work this in this manner. When you put in this strip, it becomes auto on. So there is no other button to make it on. Just put in strip, it will start, and once this sign comes, that means the glucometer is ready to take the blood and give the result. Now we will demonstrate how to use this in our patient. So you can use any of these 8 fingers. Some people try to prick at one place only repeatedly. That's not necessary. You can use any of these 8 fingers. Now whenever we use, just ask the patient to wash their hands. That is enough. You don't have to apply spirit or any other chemical. Just washing hands and keeping it dry is enough. So we'll just make the area clean. Now when we are doing any prick, make sure that with one hand you collect the blood in that part, and many people tend to prick here in front. I always tell my patients to prick slightly on the side. Why? Because the skin is more thinner here, and it is less painful because there are less nerve endings. It is less painful here. So keep it slightly on this side, and keep this part of the pricker firmly pressed against the skin, and then press. So you get a small blood droplet. Now just put the glucometer strip on the side like this. It will suck the amount of blood it wants and gives the result in 5 seconds. So this is how we get a reading with the glucometer. Many patients try to, once they take the blood, try to put the blood from up. No, it should be put on the side. The glucometer strip will suck the amount of blood it wants. Now you remove this and discard. So this glucometer recording should be always entered in the chart that is given to, or the book diary, glucometer reading diary, which is given to the patient. Every reading should be documented date wise and time wise. Thank you. Once you finish, once you have to kind of dispose the needle, this is the way we do it. This is the old used needle which we want to throw off. We will put it in the cap which was there before, and this can be thrown off safely without injuring anyone. According to the biodegradable rules for the country, this should be disposed in a proper way.